Welcome back to your Yankees Latest. I'm your host, John Laloggia. Yanks lose 2 out of 3 to the Cubs to end the first half of the season. Not ideal. They lose 4-1. They got beat by Matthew Boyd, who's an All-Star yesterday, and Shota Imanaga today, who probably would have been an All-Star if he didn't get hurt. Not a lot of offense other than Judge the last couple of days. Cubs' two best starters really handcuffed them, so Yanks end the first half 53 and 43 with the season. Very good by a lot of people's standards. I know not good for everyone. Stanton hit a home run today. Judge is on an absolute tear, but they they have an inconsistent bullpen, and they need reinforcements. At starting pitching. Will Warren was not great today. Goes 6-5, 4.63 ERA. He continues to be inconsistent, just like the other ones. So I think what you're looking at the deadline is a front starting pitcher or a bullpen arm, but obviously something that Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone really need to think about if they're going to contend with the AL East, as the Red Sox are playing well and the Blue Jays have taken over first place. So I want to talk about obviously the trade deadline we want to get to as well, but we need to talk about Anthony Volpe. He is not locked in at shortstop. He couple plays today. He made an errant throw over to first on a Picoro Armstrong infield single. Suzuki came around to score, but there was also another play at shortstop where it was a force at second, and Swanson's coming in hard to second base, and Volpe doesn't charge it. He sits back on it, lets it hop again, and then throws to second and doesn't get the force out. And these are just little things that I feel like bother Yankee fans, and I think there's a reason for that. I just don't think he's locked in. I don't think he's a killer, um, and I don't think he's a primetime player. I think he's fine. I think he's serviceable, but he's not good enough for the New York Yankees. And I know he's a hometown boy and people love him, but I don't think he's the guy. And people are asking, okay, like, well, what's wrong? Like, why do people have problems with Anthony Volpe? And I'm gonna do a breakdown, just a couple of things. So let's first, like, offensive inconsistency. He has endured so many prolonged slumps at the plate. For example, June 21st, he was just hitting 136 with a 523 OPS over 13 games, which is pitiful. His batting average is 219 with a 695 OPS, both below league average. As we know, OPS is decent, is 700 and above. Um, he's definitely regressed. His offense has certainly regressed. His defense is fine, but he's really not showing a lot of upward trajectory. And then, like I said today, he has defensive issues. Despite being valued for his glove, he's committed 11 errors in 83 games, leading all AL shortstops in errors this season. Costly mistake in key moments, like today, have drawn attention from fans and the media, just like today. He's got to charge that ball and get that out at second base. Any decent everyday shortstop can make that play, and the fact that he doesn't understand that he needs to charge that, he can't see Swanson from his peripheral bolting to second base, that's a problem. That is a problem. Um, I think the other reason people have problems with him is the high expectations. He was such a high draft pick. He's a hometown boy. People thought he was the next Jeter, and he's not. He's not living up to the hype. So I think some people have sort of set him up for failure a little bit in that respect, but he has not performed well by league standards. Um, and comparison and playing time. Some fans believe that the Yankees have been too committed to Volpe. I would agree. I definitely think they have. They haven't given Peraza a fair chance. I think Volpe's WAR is heavily tied to his defense, which is fine, but he produces nothing offensively. And so anytime people argue Volpe's WAR, it's it's a sort of a BS argument because a lot of it is attributed to his defense, and he's not always great. He's not as consistent. And then high profile mistakes like today. In big key situations, he does make mistakes, which fuels the frustration. And I think the biggest problems are offensive struggles, defensive lapses like you saw today, and then just the gaps in expectations and actual performance. You want to see an upward trajectory, and it's just not happening. It's not happening at the rate that we need to see it. And then also you get these lapses in judgment and the lack of offensive hitting. It's just unacceptable. It's unacceptable for the New York Yankees. It's unacceptable for a team that was in the World Series last year. This is not good enough. And unfortunately, he gave us another reason today. So a couple deadline moves. We've talked about it before, but I just want to talk about it again. Gallon would be nice. Alcantara, Cabrera, we've talked about. Um, they could give up Escara as a possible trade chip. Um, it would signal confidence in Ben Rice as the primary backup, which I definitely think is viable. Um, but I think with I think the key things are third base, um, because I think the strategy may shift depending on the health of Heel and Stroman. Heel is pretty close to becoming back. Stroman through the other day. I really focus on third baseman. Ryan McMahon from the Rockies. I'm not really high on Cabrian Hayes, Eugenio Suarez, and Nolan Arenado. Two guys I think. I mean, you're going to have to give up a lot to get Suarez. I think you'll probably have to give up less to give Arenado, but those are two guys I think they really, really should focus on. McMahon, if I had to rank them for third base, Suarez, probably McMahon, and then Arenado. And you can get Arenado, you can get any one, three of those guys. I think that's a steal. Um, I think they're going to be okay at starting pitching. I liked what I saw with Schlittler. I think he's going to be a part of this team going for a deep run. And I think Chesum moving back to second base is the right move, but you got to have a third baseman. Um, you really do. You need some more infielders. And you can move some guys around, and let's say Volpe's not hitting, or you need to bench him. Something. I'm sure Boone will never do it, but that's something you should think about. So there's a couple of trade possibility opportunities. And then finally, as we end the first half, just talk about a couple injury transaction updates. So Heel, like I said, he is pretty close. Like he had a rehab assignment with a strong outing, which is good. Um, I think Weaver, pitched today, which is good. And I like to see Stroman back. So they're getting some of their pieces back, which is really great. Yarborough, oblique strain, not exactly sure when he's going to come back, but I think the thing to remember about this team is that they are like they're still a very good team. Like the end of the first half of the season um, with a very good record and a very good team. Have they been consistent? No, not always. But this team is 10 games over 500, which is very, very good. Um, and that should be celebrated. I think we are harsh, but I think we have high expectations for this team, and that's okay. But because of that, we want to see Cashman and we want to see Boone do what needs to be done at the trade deadline. So Yankees are one game back from first place. Or excuse me, sorry. Check that. I'm getting my stomach. They're 2 games back of first place. Uh, Jays 55 and 41, Yankees 53 and 43, so 2 games back. Red Sox are right there. Uh, the Red Sox, I don't think are going to go away, and unfortunately, I think they're probably going to only play better. That Rafaela home run, I feel like just ignited that team the other night, and I just feel like it's going to be a slugfest with them. I don't think they're going away. I don't think they're going to sell. Be anxious what they do at the deadline. But this, it's tight. Like Red Sox are 2 games back. Tampa's 50 and 47. Really, no, the Orioles are the only team that's not contending. So great first half. Should be a fun All-Star break. Will be fun to see Chisholm in the home run derby. That's been your Yankees latest. I'm your host John Laloggia. Join me every weekday for an update on the Yanks, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.